we'll open it up to you all now. Anyone have a question they'd like to ask? If not, I have many more.
I'd like to know, what was the biggest change for you from Clairbourn to high school?
Did everyone hear the question? The question was, what was the biggest change in going from Clairbourn to your high school?
I know Miriam has less homework.
Okay, yeah, I have less homework, which is great. Yeah, I have less homework. I think the biggest change for me was that it was a bigger school. I think I have like 150 people in my class right now, whereas in Clairbourn I had like 29 people in my class. But honestly, it was a really easy change to make just because it's easy to develop, like when you come from Clairbourn, it's easy to develop friendships that are like family close. Like it's, you know, you're accepting of other people are accepting of you. And so going from a small school to a big school, honestly, was like, it seems intimidating if somebody says like, oh yeah, I go to LaSalle and there's 150 kids in my grade. When I was applying, I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, I really was not gonna be prepared, but then I went to LaSalle and it was so much easier than I would have ever thought.
Yeah, adding on to what Miriam, like that, how big high school is, like classes here are like right next door to each other. Where in a high school, they seem like they're miles away. You're just walking with your heavy backpack on. And for me, I seem to see a new student that I've never seen before, like almost every day. And I don't know if they're hiding or if I'm hiding. It's weird, but yeah. I want to say there are 300 per class, but the class sizes don't range more than like 15. So it's cool.
I have to say that Clairbourn really helped with the transition. Academically, there was almost no change. The hardest part, I'd say, was that there were no girls.
For me, I think the transition was fairly smooth. Polytechnic is one of the few schools on this list that also has a lower school. So, like throughout, like they had students that I was interacting with when I was here at Clairbourn. Same with prep for a certain amount of time, 7th and 8th grade. So through like sports, here I was able to meet like a lot of people at Poly. So I already knew like half the class before I went there, which isn't a particularly large class. I think it's about 100 or so, which I mean is a big like comparison, like big step up in comparison to Clairbourn. But for me in my situation with high school, like the transition was fairly smooth. Harvard Westlake, that sounds a lot bigger, but so I mean I think it was fine.
Another thing I wanted to say, another change there was there's a lot more teachers. Like not only are there a lot more students, but a lot more teachers. But I think coming from Clairbourn, like there's a set amount of teachers that you have, and you're able to develop this kind of special relationship with them where you can ask them anything. And so going from a school like Clairbourn to a school like LaSalle, it's a lot, like it's really simple just to be able to like, and it gives you the confidence to go up to your teachers and ask like one-on-one questions, see how you're doing in the class, see like how you're doing homework-wise, and yeah, you're just able to develop more of like a close relationship with your teachers where you can ask them stuff that you let like other students wouldn't be able to ask.